we do when we're looking at candles on our daily time frames that look like this on the S&P? 1 day or 2 days straight up, the next day taking back all the gains of Wednesday, Thursday, on a Friday straight down. Now, granted, today was options expiration, the quarterly variety, which is a really tricky one. So we have the quarterly OpEx, but despite that, this is not unusual action. Seeing choppy, volatile action where it seems on one hand a week of the bulls having complete command, then the next week the bears have complete command, and it's really tough to put on overnight trades with the kind of expectation of follow through that could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. It's tough, and that's because we don't have a trend. All of those reasons, also with the macroeconomic uncertainty of what the FOMC is going to do at the November and December meeting, drives us as traders to the short term. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Raghee Horner. I'm the lead trader over at the Sector Secrets Mastery and the Simpler Futures Room. And I'm here to tell you the one thing that is still working day in and day out, and that is day trading. Day trading is still working. This week, we had a 77% win rate, but that's not what I'm here to tell you. It's great to say that every 10 trades, we're going to win 7 to 8 times, and that's been now 2 weeks in a row. And these are things that we are doing in the Sector Secrets Mastery Room and in the Simpler Futures Room. So everything I'm going to share with you are the things that we're doing in those rooms. So these are alerts, these are setups, right? And first of all, how many setups could we see? I think the first question I get a lot of is, Rog, how many setups are we talking about, and what's the window in which you're doing them? So it's about 2 to 4 trades per morning, and morning or the AM session is basically from the bell to 10:35 a.m. Eastern. All right. How many setups? 2 to 4 trades are coming from about 4 to 6 setups. So I'm looking for 4 to 6 things to trigger. They don't always all trigger. Of the setups that I'm looking for, 2 to 4 reach their price trigger and actually fill. All right. And again, this is the first 65 minutes after the bell. This is a really perfect time for traders who don't have time to be day trading all day to focus on about 65 minutes. And then after that, they can monitor and manage remotely. I would not suggest day trading remotely, but monitoring and managing remotely works. And what are we day trading? Everything from the S&P to Meta to the QQQ to XLF to JP Morgan to Amazon. In fact, let me pull out 2 stocks we took a look at this week. And when we have different setups like Amazon and JP Morgan, I know a lot of futures traders think, Rog, what does this have to do with what I'm doing as a futures trader? Well, if I'm looking at, for example, JP Morgan, it's because I do like the way the Dow is moving, but I may not have an opportunity on the Dow. So this happened on Tuesday, right? We had a situation where I really liked the way the Dow was moving, but I didn't have a setup on the Dow, right? But I had very good strength in XLF, which happens to be the number 1 weighted sector in the Dow. And within that strong XLF sector, I had a relative outperformer in JP Morgan. It was the most neutral to bullish stock that had high concentration weighting. So we bought the 144 call, and we looked to do that at 144.72, so right in this area. And in this case, what I love about doing some of these kinds of trades is this costs us $1.53 to do, right? So when you think about scalability, you think about the way in which we can manage a $153 option as a proxy in many ways for the Dow futures and for the XLF ETF. This is a very scalable setup that followed through beautifully throughout the day. So just to give you an idea. So you might say, Rog, what do stocks have to do with futures? And it really surprises me that a lot of traders don't think about what a futures contract really is. What is the Dow? The Dow is financials, tech, healthcare, energy, transports, industrials, and pretty much in that order. So when I'm going to get a read on the Dow, I need to see the XLF. When I'm going to get a read on, say, for example, the Russell, I'm going to look at the KRE. And if I'm going to get a read on what's happening in the NASDAQ, I want to look at what's happening in, for example, Apple, Microsoft, XLK, XLC, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, right? So we have these weighted names. So let's go take a look at a Russell trade. We did the Russell on Thursday. So let's fast forward over to Thursday. And here we go. So this is Thursday, and this will look at the Russell. And there's a couple ways we can trade the Russell. 3 things will come to mind when I'm looking at the RTY, which is a pretty popular futures contract. I'm going to look at the IWM. I'm going to look at the KRE. Usually, all 3 of these are going to be moving together. But in this case, we went with IWM, right? The Russell is perfectly fine. In fact, what we set up is buy the Russell at 1878. All right, so that's the way the Russell's set up. So somebody might say, Rog, I kind of like this idea of scaling in with the ETFs and or with the futures contract. I completely agree, and I do the same thing myself. Let's go back to the 14th. Let's go back to that same segment of time where we're looking to buy the RTY at 1878. I'm looking to buy the 184 call in the Russell when it gets down to 184.80. So right in there. Dips into the HPMR zone and starts moving higher from support to resistance. And by the way, these are the hourly price movement ranges. Hourly price movement ranges. And that reminds me, gang, our class is still going on. So you still can join me for the class that is all about day trading options. And let me show you what that is. And I'm not just going to share with you so 2 things you can do. You can head on over to simplertrading.com/clarity. And if you want to watch the webinar that explains what I was doing, you can go to simplertrading.com/gain. Either one. This is the webinar. I think it's gain-replay. Or you can go to simplertrading.com/clarity. All right. This is the class we have going on right now. And with that class, you're going to get either 1 month or 12 months, depending on what you sign up for, of the access to the Sector Secrets Mastery. You're going to get either 1 month or 12 months of the hourly price movement range. Okay, so you have choice as far as which package you go with. Not to mention, all of them get my day trading toolkit, right? All of them. And so this way, as we are still seeing that day trading is still working, I don't want you all to miss out, because this is as timely as it is timeless. And I'm showing you what we've been doing now for 2 weeks. And what I'm looking forward to doing as we wrap up this month, or maybe mid next week, I'm going to show you my trades viz like we did in August. And I'm going to show you what we're doing in September. We're doing actually better in September than we were doing in August. So I'm going to show you, again, our August trade stats. This is what we did in August, which was kind of, generally speaking, a pretty lousy month for most traders, right? We had a 69% win rate. We had a pretty darn good month. Well, September's working just as good, if not better, because we have a little bit more volume, and so follow through is a little bit better. But a lot of you are noticing, as we are, there's still a lot of chop. And as long as that chop continues, we can start each day with a fresh set of eyes and an open book, lacking the bias of overnight trades, which is really helping, and just put on today trades. I hope that resonates. We've been talking about this for weeks. It's still working. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them in the comments section below. I always take a look at these. I answer them personally. Okay. And in the meanwhile, thanks for watching. Smash that like button if this is a needle mover for you, and I'll see you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghi from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.